Kenny quit playing.
Yo, you already know what it is. You're listening to The Urban Product. It's your boy DME.
It's your boy Cozy Rich.
And it's your girl Imani.
How we doing?
Living my best life per usual.
Not bad.
Everyone's good. Good. Fact. So if you're just hitting us back, hopefully you just watched the dope episode that we just did with Joey Free. Gave out a lot of information to y'all. So definitely make sure you check it out. But we're coming back to you again. And we don't really do this very often, but we're dropping 2 episodes this week. So you heard the first one. This is the second one, you feel me? We had to come back because, some shit went down. Some shit went down that we got to talk about, and we got to address it. All right, so let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right into it. Bam. All right. Bam. Daystar. Let's talk about it. Right? So Tory Lanez, right, has been silent for over a month and some change. Y'all already know the story. We've been covering the story for a month. Been totally quiet. And just this past Friday, he decided to come back, and instead of explaining anything at all, he dropped an album. Now, how he went about it was he announced it, I believe, the day before. It was day of. Day of. He
announced it day of, and he said, like, I have an announcement or something. He's like, stay tuned, 9 p.m. West Coast time.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Whatever, yeah.
How he rolled it out, he was rolling it out as if he was dropping a project.
No, he rolled it. I thought, honestly, he was going to go on IG Live.
A lot of people thought that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go on IG Live and, like, start talking about the shit. Like, I didn't put it in my head, like, oh, he's about to drop an album.
Oh, no, facts. Mad people thought he was about to go on IG Live. Just how he was setting it up, I guessed he was dropping a project. I just didn't know he was actually going to go ahead and drop an actual project. So, yeah, Friday morning, Daystar dropped his first independent studio album. And on that album, he is pretty much talking about how the whole event transpired. Even though he really didn't say what happened at all, he pretty much just said, I was framed. You got people try to set me up. I loved you. And pretty much just talking down on the haters and anybody that's doubted him during this time.
He said he ain't do it a couple of times too.
Right. That's all that he said. He just said that I didn't do it. Mm-hmm. And now we are back to talk about it and just this entire situation, because a lot of people stayed quiet because Tory hasn't spoke, or he didn't speak at all. He still didn't speak, but the chance that he took for him to speak, he decided to do this. So now I feel like this is all that I need to now just finally talk about it. We gave him a chance, and he did that. So let's recap. How we feeling?
I mean, you really can't. I can't hate on him for dropping an album. I can't hate on it simply because he is an artist. And I feel like in the court of public opinion, no one would really give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, even if they did listen to him straight up on a IG Live. So, I mean, drop an album, do your thing. I'm just smirking simply because his album is #1 in the country. And I just remember having this conversation with both of y'all and stating how he is canceled. Mm-hmm. And I remember vividly saying, impossible. And y'all were telling me, and it's just funny how it just broke down like that. But I mean, after listening to the album, I did listen to it. I mean, most of the songs he was just talking about how he didn't do it. So now it's at the point where it's he said, she said type shit. And I'm not one to just pick a side. I don't know what happened. She got shot, yes. I don't know any other details to that. He could have pulled the trigger. He could have not. There's a lot of doubt. I just want to see what happens. I want to see, what happens in actual court. You know what I mean? So I really can't say much to it because Tory's going to be Tory, I guess. Tory's going to be Tory. He can't be canceled. He's going to do his own thing. You know what I mean? It is what it is at that point. And it is unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Okay, first off, when we spoke on the whole cancellation of Tory Lanez, I agreed with you and I said he will not get canceled because people are just trash. But I feel like, in my opinion, he should get canceled.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, I did not listen to the album. I didn't listen to it. I didn't feel like it was necessary for the simple reason that this man, and and as I'm saying this, I should say that I do believe Megan over Tory. And the reason why I believe her over Tory is because of the actions or what he did following the events of the shooting. One, he never spoke on the issue, ever. He still hasn't spoken on the issue. So for me,
technically.
What?
What do you mean?
No. Hold on.
Do your thing.
Hold on. Whether he should have, regardless. He should have spoke on it. Whether now, beforehand, right after the situation, he should have said something. If he did not do it, it should have been easy enough for him to say, you know what, I didn't do it. There's another side to the story, and then worked his ass off to find a way to prove that fact. He did not do that. Instead, he spoke on the value of his music going down or people watching it going down. Wrong. Then when he actually spoke, he's talking about he loves and he said he was drunk. So too, you're wrong because you said you did it, and the reason why you did it was because you drunk. So what is it here? Shorty, she's been sticking through it from time. So obviously I'm gonna believe her. I'm not gonna believe a nigga who's bouncing back and forth, putting it on, oh, I was drunk, so that's why I did it. Or two, I didn't do it. You're putting people on me. No, that's not what it is. You're foul. You should have been a man and apologized from time. You instead of taking the time to being a man the way you say you're a man and saying, I'm sorry for what I did, you took that whole time to go and make an album of 14 songs to explain your reasoning of why you did it, saying that you still love her. Bro, bye. Like, just no. You're, like I said from time, you're a bitch ass nigga, and I've been seeing a whole lot of black men still supporting, still liking his shit. And what I want to say to y'all is, if this was your sister, your mother, your aunt, anybody that you're related to, you would not be as supportive if that was the case.
Period.
So for people who are still supporting this nigga, y'all need to take a real good look at yourself. And then on top of that, he picked the same time where we're trying to make a movement for black women, because black women is the most underrated woman in this country. We're trying to make a change for Breonna Taylor. People are still underrating her. People are still brushing her, sweeping off the rug, whatever you want to call it. And this man chose that time to make an album in a situation where another black woman is being underrated again. Bro, bye. Get out of here. And for all you people that still supporting him, deuces. Unfollow me, block me, whatever you want to call it. Do that. I will say this. I did not go out of my way to go and delete him because I didn't feel like he needed that energy. After this whole situation, he's deleted off my phone. Because, point period, man's trash, he's a bitch ass nigga, and all you dudes who want to go support him and talking about, oh, Tory, they're trying to get you, you're trying to get another black man. No, this is not that type of situation. Man's fucked up, and now he's trying to make he's trying to cover his tracks or whatever the case may be. You already said you did it and that you were drunk. So don't try to go back and make a whole album talking about you love her. And in that same album, try to come at other black women. Boy, bye. I feel bad for the families in the females in your family. That's all I gotta say. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, right.
Thank you.
Right. So, the news, bro. I just want to give you a timeline of how shit popped off. Right. So, months ago, we heard this story. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. We just know Tory got arrested because he had a whip, and Megan got cut from some glass. That's all that we knew in the beginning. Later, we found out, okay, Meg was actually shot in her foot. Crazy. Later, we found out, okay, now Meg is confirming that Tory was the one that did it, and she didn't get shot in one of her feet, but she actually got shot in both of her feet. And then, right, that's when the world erupted because Megan finally said his name, so that's when the world erupted, and like Darnell was saying in the beginning, yeah, everyone was saying that he was canceled, right? Now, you don't think, right? It's just like, man to man, you don't think, right? With all of this shit that you have on your plate, you're at risk at losing everything. You don't think that if you're going to stay quiet, the minute you decide to say something, it shouldn't be explaining the entire situation. You think I want to sit down for an hour and a half to listen to 14 songs of you saying that you didn't do it, that it's just a bad love story, and not just coming at one woman. Homie's coming at 5 different shorties on that album, bro. Homie's coming at 5 different shorties on that album. So you think I just want to... You think me as a viewer and me as a man just wants to sit there and listen about you spewing a bunch of bullshit and using the situation to promote your album? Like, fam, I get it. Yeah, Tory was number 1 on iTunes or shit like that.
He's number 1 right now.
Yeah, that no shit. But you think that it wasn't just because of the curiosity of everything that's going on right now? You don't think people are curious to say, okay, what is he gonna say? It's like fucking 6.
100%.
No. It's like the same thing of 6ix9ine getting 2 mil the first day he went on IG Live. Numbers don't mean shit when everyone's curious, bro. Curiosity killed the cat, and I'm just seeing it kill a bunch of pussies left and right. So with this being said, I'm not like angry of how people are reacting to it, because people are people, you know. People aren't always going to side with black women because, you know, that's just how things have been going on for centuries now. But at the same time, what you have to like realize is he had an opportunity to say his side. He had the chance to just break everything down. Even if now it is a he said, she said shit, he at least had an opportunity to clear his name and say what was going down. I don't need an entire album. No matter what, I can't even judge the album as good, because no matter how good the melody is, the message behind it just turns me off. You feel me? It just turns me off. Did I listen to the album? Yes, I listened to the album because I was trying to see what he was saying, because I'm a follower of the game, so I'm just trying to see what the nigga was saying. You feel me? And at the end of it, I was upset because, damn, I just listened to this entire album and not one justification was made. I thought I came here to get answers, and not one justification was made. Homie ratted on her for having alcohol abuse problems. Homie was ratting on her for having attitude problems. He had the audacity to mention her mom on the album. And then after that, he just started coming out all these other shorties that might have said something against him, when all the shorties had the complete right to say whatever they had to say against him. Like, imagine, right? Shorty gets shot. What are you going to do? Oh, let me wait to see what the shooter said. Okay, bet. Shorty still got shot, bro. And no matter what anybody says, in the album, on the album, he pretty much made it appear as if Megan didn't get shot at all. And that's how I knew that this was just bullshit from the jump. Cause I'm like, yo, we saw the trail of blood. Shorty went to the max of even posting her shit on IG, even when she didn't have to do it. She just had to do it because everybody was constantly doubting her. And it's just crazy how we have to go through this back and forth of not believing a victim who was indeed shot. We keep going back and forth between victim and the alleged shooter, and it's like, should I believe him? Should I believe her? When only one person got shot in the equation. You feel me? Tory didn't get shot. Nothing bad happened to Tory in that situation at all. Only bad happened to Megan. So with all this going on, I just don't get it. I see it's not being promoted by DSPs. It's not being promoted by just music sites in general. People are literally just tuning in because they're curious. And the numbers go to show. Sure, he's number 1 right now because it's the most talked about topic. He moved 50K units. It's projected he's going to move 50,000 units. And that is extremely low to the numbers that Tory usually pushes.
I was about to say, that's not much.
That is extremely low to the numbers that Tory usually pushes. So the world is talking. The world is talking, and we're not here for any of this shit. And mind you, all this shit popped off, and you have everybody speaking out, and Megan didn't say shit, bro. Megan hasn't said anything. Do I think she's going to say something? I don't know. I feel like she's not going to say anything to the album.
She said something.
Did she say something?
She did no, she didn't do this, but she had the little
the fuck
picture.
You necklace? I don't think. Yeah, I see that. I don't think it was related to that. I think that was just something else. But if it was, cool. Megan is dropping something on Friday. I don't know.
She's continuing her bag.
Yeah, she's just going on as she should at this point. You feel me?
So I hear everything you guys are saying. And I agree with everything you're saying. I'm simply saying he can't be canceled. I listened to it. He said that, what's it called? In my opinion, he was basically saying he didn't do it, right? So the way I interpret the
He said he
situation
didn't
now
do
is,
it for 14 songs.
huh? What'd you say?
He just said he didn't do it for 14 songs.
Yeah, I'm hip.
I feel like it was like 17 songs. Was it 14?
Yeah, I'm hip. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying now is there's three sides to the story. There's her side, there's his side, and there's the truth. I expected him to go onto IG Live and explain his situation.
You know, he didn't even say his side.
No, I understand that. And he doesn't owe that to us. I understand us as fans, us as knowing the situation and the way we view him in the public image right now. He should explain his side of the story. He doesn't owe that to us.
So
we don't know the detail. We don't know the details of everything that happened.
Nah, because he said that he doesn't owe us the truth.
He
but
doesn't
niggas
owe us.
wait,
He
wait,
doesn't.
begging
Finish.
Megan for the truth.
He
But
doesn't.
niggas
He doesn't owe
begging
us.
Megan for the
Let
truth.
me
He
bro.
doesn't owe us the truth. It's all gonna come
finish.
out eventually, and it's all gonna be decided in the court of public opinion for real when we all find out what actually happened. So I'm not gonna continue to crucify. I'm not gonna continue to crucify or talk shit when I don't know everything that happened.
The court of public opinion. This nigga's not.
And I
even
never, and I
arrested for
did, and I
shooting
would,
Meg.
and I
Nigga's
never.
not even in court for shooting Meg.
I gotta put my hair up.
Well,
He
yeah.
says we'll find out when all the details happen. When there's no police report of this going on, when are we gonna find out when all this shit happens?
So all right. So what you're saying is we okay. So we're basically going. I understand. Yeah, Megan got shot. We know she got shot. We know Tory was in the car. Do we know everything that happened in the car? Do we know everything that happened?
and that's
no.
my thing.
So I'm
He
done.
had
I'm
the
not-
chance.
I understand what you're saying, but you want to crucify him for taking that opportunity to make an album. I understand he's an artist. He's an entrepreneur.
Okay.
He played that
getting
wrong.
hot.
I understand that. I'm not gonna crucify him for that. I'm not gonna do that. Like when I listened to the album, all I heard is I didn't do it. So I'm gonna take that for what it is, and I'm gonna take that as his side. That all right, you didn't do it. She's saying you did do it. We're all gonna hear the truth. Now that being said, like I said, I'm not going to continue to talk as if I know what happened in the situation. Like everyone else is talking. Megan said her side. Yeah, we all heard it on IG Live. Do we know everything she said is facts? You just said you did not. What's it called? We don't have a police report and all that. I want all this information.
'Cause she's protected.
I believe Megan, but I'm not going to just start crucifying and just start slinging shit and just start throwing dirt on his name when I don't know everything that happened. And it's crazy though, because Chris Brown, I'm not trying to say the situation is similar because obviously she got shot.
Facts.
But when we all
And
heard
Tory
what
made
actually
sure
happened,
not to
when we
make
all
us-
heard, no, I'm talking about like the after effects.
No,
So
I'm
like
good.
when we all actually heard what happened and how Rihanna played a part in that, everyone was like, oh, everyone looked at the situation a little differently. Now I'm not saying that like if something like that happened, that justifies shooting her. But I'm just saying we don't know everything that happened, and everyone is acting as if we do. There's three sides: her side, his side, the truth.
Okay. All right.
Gotta go in, yeah.
So, I'm gonna go from back to front. No. You know what? Let me.
Let me hear it.
First
Let me
thing
get
I
it.
want to say is I hate how Shorty had to put out her medical records to prove that she even got shot in the first place, when there's actual video proving that Shorty is limping as if she got shot in her foot. So I want to make sure that was noted, because the fact that, like Devin said, that women have to continue to keep proving that they're being abused is a whole bunch of bullshit. If someone said that they're being abused and there's actual proof of it, don't have them go to an extra extent just to prove the fact that they're abused. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say, you talking about Chris Brown. Even in the whole Chris Brown situation, yes, we looked at it at a different light, but that doesn't mean that it was excused for what happened. Regardless whether she said something that made him, or it doesn't matter. They were both wrong. It should have never
understand
happened
that.
in the first place. Point period.
Exactly. But
And-
you realize how she played a part in that situation.
Yes.
Okay then.
Yes. But still, it should have never happened in the first place. In this Tory situation, man's handled it from time wrong every single trip. He should have never, if a person who never did in the first place is not going to act the way he did in the album. I didn't listen to the album from what Devin is telling me, if this is what he said or if this is what he got from the album, that a person who's innocent is not going to act like that. Point period. You're not going to come at 5 other different women. It doesn't matter. Him being though. It doesn't matter. Him being a musician should have understood. If they're trying to make money off their thing and they're having somebody who's not, look at it from a business perspective. if Kehlani is trying to make, and Kehlani or JoJo are trying to promote their song or their album, whatever the case may be, and Tory's on there and it's gonna bring their value down, of course they're gonna take him off it. But if them as a woman trying to support another woman sees that she was abused and they see that he's connected to it in any type of way, of course they're gonna take him off his song. He had no business coming for them when those women, point blank period. He had no business taking his time to go and make a whole album. What are you doing? You're trying to make money. I don't care if he's being a musician, that's his way of speaking. No, this nigga's always on. He had a whole whole show during the pandemic speaking his nonsense. Yeah, so he could have went and speak his truth, whatever that may be, and said what it is, instead of being a bitch ass nigga and taking his time to go make a whole album talking about, oh, I didn't do it. You're putting people on me. You're framing me. How are we framing you? How? I genuinely, if we're framing you, let us know how. He has to tell us what it is because it's already out there in the first place, and he already spoke on it a couple times. He didn't have to say, "Oh, I was drunk." If he doesn't have the right to tell us what it is, he should have never said, "Oh, I was drunk. I'm sorry."
I never said he handled the situation correctly. I'm just saying I don't.
Said he doesn't owe us an explanation.
He doesn't.
And if he doesn't owe us an explanation, he should have never said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was drunk. I didn't mean to do it." Point period. He already opened it.
No, you're right. You're right.
Explanation. He shouldn't have said shit to begin with.
No, you're 100% right. He's played the situation bad. I agree with you.
No.
I'm just saying I can't feel the way you feel 100% simply because I don't know him. B, I don't know everything that happened, and C, this situation is still ongoing and the truth will come out eventually. Mm-hmm. And when it does come out, we're really gonna find out what the fuck actually happened. And I will love that. I can't wait for the episode when we actually do find out what happens. I can't wait for that.
But let me tell you. I'm sorry.
Nah, go ahead,
let me tell you why I'm so revved up or excited, as my mom likes to say, because this situation it's just the way his movements is just funny. Like, he moved crazy. He saw, like, everyone's coming at Megan like, oh, she never said nothing. She didn't even say anything. Like, she had to, because people were painting the situation in a way that it wasn't. The only reason why this man is not in bars is because she's still moving the way she was raised how to move. So he should honestly be counting his lucky stars that he's not in jail or deported, because Shorty didn't actually say what it is. This man is a bitch ass nigga. I'm gonna feel how I feel at the end of the day because a black woman was injured and no one's really taking the energy or the time to appreciate what's really going on. Instead, they're painting a picture of, oh, she's tall, oh, she talks her shit, so maybe she said something. No, that's not what it is. A woman was injured, a black woman was injured, and y'all not stepping up to say something or be about it. But if it was your sister or your mother, you would have had a problem. Bye. Go ahead, Devin.
I feel that. I feel that. I 100% feel that. But once again, I just want to reiterate that. I want to reiterate adamantly that I do not know everything that happened. So I'm not going to act like I know everything that happened. And that's just my standpoint on this issue.
And you feel like I am?
Huh?
You feel like I am?
I feel like you're taking everything Megan said and believing everything she said. And you can do that. I'm not going to take everything Megan said and believe it just because she said it. I'm going to hear her story and like, all right, I take it for what it is. But am I entitled? Do I have to believe everything she said? No. I want to see all the facts. I take everything for face value.
But I'm not just taking what she said. Like I said, this man is moving. The way he handled it, like I said, is funny. He handled it funny. I'm not just taking what she said for granted. I'm taking his movements also. Because for me to look at it neutral, I would have loved, in a perfect situation, it would have been him standing up, IG Live, whatever the case may be, speaking about it. Or if he did go and do this whole album, actually say what the fuck happened. Don't put in extra stuff. There was no need for involving those extra females. Just say what the fuck happened.
I mean, my thing is Megan never really went into extreme detail about what actually happened either. And that's what I mean when I say, like, they can't really speak about it yet. You know what I mean?
He doesn't owe us shit. But I'm not going to believe Megan because all the facts aren't there. But Tory doesn't owe us shit. So to me, that says, okay, so it's okay for Tory to not tell us what's going on because he doesn't owe us shit. But in the same regards, I'm not going to believe everything that Meg said just because all the facts are
Now, my thing is I'm not one of those people that needed to hear anything Megan said. Like, I was going to
No,
I was gonna
fine.
take her side. But you're coming at my words right now. What I'm saying is like, yeah, like Megan spoke because she felt like she needed to speak. Tory, yeah, you may feel like he needs to speak, but he may not feel that way. And I'm not him. I don't know him. I can't feel like he's entitled to speak. You know what I mean? I don't own him.
Do you believe that he didn't do it?
I don't know. I'm not going to put an opinion on it. I don't know anything that happened. I just know he was in the car, and I know she got shot, and I know he is the first person to get blamed.
Okay. Now let me remove you from this, right? Let me just remove you from this. Let's look at this from let's first look at this from a business standpoint, right? So if I'm not trying to think about this like emotionally or personally, if I'm just looking at this from a business standpoint, right? So you're going through something crazy right now. You being Tory. You're going through something crazy right now, right? You have all these allegations against you. And you just went independent. You're not part of your major label anymore. You're doing your own thing. All the sales, anything that you sell now is going directly to you. So now he's quiet during this entire time, right? And now he has the brilliant idea of making an entire album on the topic, releases the album as his first independent studio project, and then now reaping in whenever benefits come from this album. And it's all stemming off of the fact that Megan got shot.
Okay.
Now, looking at this from a business standpoint, I'm like, yo, nigga, you are crazy if you think right now is the time to drop your first independent studio album and it's about everything that's going on right now. I just be like, yo, you either are wild to even have the audacity to be doing that shit right now. But then 3 is just, well, no, not, I don't even know if I said 2. But 2 is just like, yo, with all this shit going on, cool. I'll maybe bite with whatever Rich is saying right now. Say he didn't owe us anything, right? You don't owe us anything. Cool. Just shut up. Just shut up then.
Yes,
if
that's what I personally feel like he should have did. Just not say anything.
Shut up. Because then the promotional aspect, if I'm still thinking about this from a business standpoint, not only he went out and released it and it is what it is, he did the most and he promoted it as if the world was going to get the truth about everything that was going on. So I think that's why when you say he doesn't owe us shit, he came out to the world as if he was going to tell us shit. So he came out hours before. He said, it's, I don't know, time for the world
now,
to hear my truth or blah, blah, blah.
Back on like him dropping the album to begin with. So when did this I don't even remember like when this first incident actually started. Like when was
Say
it?
July?
Mm-hmm. July? Okay, so July. When did he become independent?
Oh, maybe a month or 2 before that.
Okay, so he was independent before this.
Just became independent.
So he was independent before this. Okay. So now you're saying him dropping his first independent album being based off this. With your logic, though, when could he have dropped an album? I understand, like, this happened in July. It's about to be October. When would you have wanted him to drop an album? I understand. Don't make it about this. But
no, it's only about that's
just because it's about this.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that.
If he was to just come out and say drop another Love Me Now or just drop another mixtape, just about everything, how I would have reacted now would have been like, oh, Tory just don't give a fuck. That's how I would have came off. You feel me? If he just dropped a regular ass album, same date, I would have came in here and being like, wow, all this shit is going on, and Tory just doesn't give a fuck. That's how I would have reacted. You feel me? But the fact that he's taking this seriously. He's taking this seriously. He gave us an album, bro. What the fuck? Like, so he took this seriously. You don't just come up with an album out of thin air. You took your time.
You better be taking this seriously.
You took your time to come up with all this, and now you're going out trying to promote it. You feel me? And it's just like, I don't know. It's just certain tendencies. I'm just like, yo, as a man, not even as an artist, because you were just saying all this shit he's doing as an artist, but like just as a man, I'm like, fam, you got to understand when the world just doesn't need that from you right now. Like, if his fans wanted new music, sure, but like the whole situation is just messy. And the fact that he's trying to finesse this situation into his own personal gain, niggas trying to think about it like that. Niggas profiting off of someone's pain. someone's traumatic experiences,
Moving funny.
a nigga decided to profit off of. And when I'm saying he's profiting off of that, is because if this was just a major label release, he wouldn't have been getting all the coin. But because this is an independent release, the coin that he would get off said project, a good majority of that chunk is going to him. So that's why I'm saying he's thinking, you're thinking maliciously, and you're just thinking about how to do this shit. You feel me? So I'm just saying, like, damn, how am I gonna test if the fans still love me? Bet, let me put out this shit, see how they react. And even if it doesn't go well, even if I don't sell big numbers that I'm used to selling, since it's independent, most of that bread's gonna be going to me. So that's just how I feel the whole shit is moving funny. If you're just gonna be quiet during the entire shit, remain quiet, bro. Don't have your comeback be like, oh, y'all want to hear the truth? I hear mad people slandering my name, talking down on my name. Y'all are gonna I'm gonna come talk to y'all at midnight. And then once midnight,
it wasn't even like that though.
That's exactly how he set it up.
It was subliminal, but you know what that's what he said. He said,
all I saw
watch out for my story.
Was the tweet. All I saw was the tweet where it was like going what's it called? Posting something at this time, like 12 p.m.
I can't find
all
it.
I saw was the tweet that was like, yo, posted something at like 9 p.m. Central or
no,
Pacific
he
Standard Time.
it was literally
else?
like, oh, like y'all been speaking on me, so here's my story. That's not what he said.
There was more?
This is not what he said. It was literally, that's how I read it. You got it?
Oh, that's how you read it.
There is a time to stay silent and a time to speak. I said all I could say on this. All platforms. Hashtag Daystar. I'll be back to y'all soon. Respectfully.
That was after the album dropped.
That was after the album dropped.
No, I'm saying like before the album dropped, he didn't make like a big announcement or anything.
Nah, he did. I just gotta see if he deleted it or not. You said it's not on his IG anymore? Oh, it's still on his IG.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Oh no, it's that. Oh, to my fans, yeah. I'm sorry for my silence, but respectfully, I got time today.
Respectfully,
that makes
I got
it seem
time
like
today.
you're gonna talk to us, bro.
I'm not even referencing that. I'm dead ass just referencing.
Okay.
Like yeah.
Well, that's what I was referencing. But I got time today. Like, bro, like,
tweet.
shut your little ass up. You're a bitch ass nigga. At the end of the day, you don't talk no type of game. You're moving funny. You're a pussy ass bitch. Honestly, I can't stress this enough. Y'all gotta stop giving this nigga any type of time and energy. I literally cannot stress it enough. He's not doing anything for our community right now because you can't be doing shit like this. He really moved funny, and I really hate the fact that y'all are letting him move funny.
No, my thing is for y'all.
How'd you get shot in your foot and didn't hit a bone or tendon?
And that's why y'all made her really like. Who wants to do that shit?
How did you? No. Tory said that on the album. He said, "How the fuck did you get shot in your foot and it didn't hit no bone and tendon?" As if he's just denying the entire thing, bro. And I'm just like,
and because of this fact that she had to go and put out her whole records, who wants to do that? Someone who goes to a tragic event and really has to go and tell somebody to put up her medical records on blast. Who wants to do that shit? She's a whole victim. Like, what's wrong with you? I don't care if she's 10'2". I don't care if she's big. I don't care if she's skinny. She's a whole victim. That wasn't necessary.
This is why I say don't even speak about it. Like, this is why I wish she didn't say anything to begin with, because then when you do, you open up Pandora's box. Then you open up people that don't know you that want to have a say in the situation.
That's
my
issue with him, bro.
That's my issue with this to begin with. We shouldn't know anything.
My issue with him is if you decide to speak, be smart about what you say. Because you know the entire world is watching you right now.
You have expectations.
Pick your words very carefully.
But as a person,
if you're not trying to destroy, if you're trying to save anything that's left of your career, and you're deciding and announcing to the world that you're gonna come out publicly, you got to be smart about what you say.
I mean,
he's a public figure. He has to.
No, but he's in the
public eye. You
guys have certain expectations. I feel like for Tory that I just don't. I don't have any expectations.
It's just
not.
It's not Tory. It's in general.
For just Tory. It's just for people in general, man.
Like, a person who's speaking about that movement, like, you have to move a certain type of way. You can't move like that. Person who's speaking about, no, you can't do that.
And it's just like,
no.
I'm only coming with this energy now just because of everything I heard on the album. If I didn't hear the album, my energy might not be like this, because I would have just been like, I didn't hear it.
We were cool last time.
Yeah.
We were fine.
No, I'm saying if I didn't hear the album, like if I didn't know what was on the album, I probably would have just come on to this podcast and be like, yeah, I didn't hear it. I heard homie was talking wild shit is wild. But the fact that my energy is like this now is because I heard everything and I actually read all the lyrics. Because trust me, I was big fan of Tory. Big fan of Tory right here. You feel me?
Same.
2011, big fan. I was hoping this nigga just gave the public something so they didn't crucify him, but he just didn't move well. And it's just like, not even from an artistic standpoint, but just as a man, I'm just like, yo, yeah, your allegations is that you shot a woman. Yes, not just a woman, but you shot one of the biggest up and coming stars out here, and you were silent for a good 2 months, which is cool. If you're quiet, if your lawyer is telling you to be quiet, cool. But if you're deciding to make a statement and you know what the world is expecting of you, sure, you don't do what the world expects. But if you know the allegations that you have up against you, you gotta want to save your own back. Nigga, Rich, if niggas were talking crazy about you and you didn't say shit,
if you want me to be honest,
if niggas were talking crazy, I'm here. But if niggas were talking like crazy about you to the fact where like nigga, you could lose your job, just any future opportunity, anything, and you were quiet and you decided to say something, I'm pretty sure you would watch what the first thing you say it would be.
Well, I mean, it's a different situation. Like he's his own worker.
I know,
like,
he shot a woman. You did.
No, I'm not even that. But like you said, lose a job. Like he's not gonna lose a job.
Because he's independent.
Exactly. He's his own worker. Like he's not answering to anybody. It's legit him. Like if it was me, I wouldn't give a fuck what you guys are saying because I know the facts. I know what the fuck happened. You guys don't. You guys are forming your opinion based off what she said. That's not the entire truth.
Oh, I can't.
I'm not basing it off of what she said. I'm
And
basing it off the fact that she got shot.
I understand, but we don't know everything that happened. Like, yo, we think Tory shot her. She said Tory shot her. She could be lying. I don't know. I'm not saying she's lying, but you know what I mean? I don't know everything that happened.
Oh, I hear you.
But
don't say it's just
and for me,
what
and
she
I
said.
think that way, like you guys can assume, like if it was me in his position, I'd be like, yo, y'all can assume whatever the fuck you want. I know I'm innocent and it's gonna come out eventually, and you're all gonna look stupid as fuck. So I would have just stayed silent. Cause me, that's just how I think.
Even if he comes out innocent, I'm still gonna be like, you handled the whole shit wrong, bro. Even if he was to come out later and be like, yo, there was some big shit. You found out, yo, the gun wasn't his or he didn't shoot. No matter what, how you played it,
and that's why I'm
just
upset.
makes me not want to fuck with you at all. Like,
no,
like I get what you're saying, Rich. You're not want to say because we just don't know all the facts. Cool. I'm moving off energy right now. You feel me? I'm moving strictly off energy. We don't know shit. That's fine. It's just how you're deciding to move. It's like, yo, you could.
I can't get mad at a man for being reactionary to something like. He's reacting at this point. He's playing defensive.
You could be a great person. You could be innocent, but I could not fuck with you because of how you move.
Hold on.
I hear it. I get that.
But you can't say he's being reactive because he was quiet at first. So a man had all the opportunity to react if he wanted to. That's why for me it's not. This is why for me I feel like this, like he planned to do this shit the way he did. He's moving funny because he had all the time in the world to be reactive if he wanted to.
But the fact that he took
his time to be quiet, plan his movements, crazy by the way, and then go about his business the way he's doing. Nah, bro, I'm over it.
Yeah, business is cutthroat. I get it.
And also like we're only going off of what Meg said. Like Meg only's talked once. So this is all just our own general opinion just about how we feel about the subject. Like, Meg talked once about it. Tory didn't talk. He dropped an album. So they both said something one time, and the rest of it is just all of our own general opinion. I'm thinking about this as if, like, yo, this could have happened, like, down the street to anybody. You feel me?
But my thing is, when Meg spoke, I may be wrong, but when she spoke, that's when it was confirmed that Tory shot her, right?
That's when she said it.
She said it. That was everyone assumed it, but that's when it was confirmed.
Yes.
If she never spoke, everyone would have that assumption, but no one would know, is what I'm saying, right?
And if she never spoke and Tory still brought out this album,
that's just dickhead shit. That's complete, like, yo, that would make no sense at all. Wow. I get it. No, you're saying like it's not dickhead shit now, but it would be dickhead shit then. That's what you were gonna say?
I was about to ask that question, but go on.
I mean, pretty much. You sound like you have an answer.
I mean, I really don't have an answer. I would just go off the assumption of why would you make an album of you saying you didn't do it? My thing is he made an album of him just saying he didn't do it.
When he could have just said I didn't do it.
I get that, but he doesn't owe that to us to do it the way we want him to do it. That's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't owe it to us to do it our way.
Facts.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if he did it, if he just dropped this and just coming at her saying I didn't do it and all this shit, then it's just like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing this for out of nowhere? It's like, it's unprovoked. You really must be guilty. You know what I mean?
He's really back and forth, though.
Who?
Tory, he's very back and forth. You can't one moment say I was drunk, I'm sorry, and then go and make a whole album and saying I'm not doing it, and then
When did
like
he say,
Dev said,
when did he say that?
To the I'm drunk, I'm sorry part, just so everyone has the actual facts on that part. Okay. That was only leaked information. We don't know if that was true or not. That was only leaked information, and TMZ was the one that leaked that information. So
I'm sorry.
I don't want you to go 100% on that thought because we don't know if that's actually right.
Okay.
You feel me?
Boom. I'm sorry. Well, let me say this. If he didn't do it, and I feel like my thing is he's not being like remorseful, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least say like, I'm sorry you were put in this position. Like, no one's really acknowledging. Wow.
Acknowledge. Yeah, you got
Thank you. That fact. Like, someone got shot. Like, point blank, period. Don't come at, like Dev said. Don't, like, I guess he brought up her mom's and her alcohol. Like, if you're remorseful, why are you gonna bring up shit like that?
Do you remember his recollection of the night?
I don't know.
Do you remember how he spun the story back? No. So he said, right, this is what Tory said on the album, right? So how he said was they were at Kylie's crib, chilling at Kylie. Apparently his words, Megan was feeling some type of way because of how Tory was interacting with Kylie, and Megan was all upset about that shit, and then Tory was like, yo, even though I have a crush on Kylie, I would never because you're my nigga. And all that shit. So argument at Kylie's crib, they left. Argument in the whip. Homie was talking about how she was drunk. I guess he was saying he didn't admit that he was drunk too, and then that's it. He never mentioned anything about what happened afterwards. He only explained everything that happened up until the actual, event. Shit. And if that's the case, if you can tell me everything that went down except for the part that went down, I'm wondering why can't you tell me about that part? Why tell me every single detail about the night except for when shots went off?
Because someone got shot and it's incriminating someone. Like, we know someone got shot. We don't know who pulled the trigger.
Megan got shot.
Yeah, exactly. We know Megan got shot. We don't know who pulled the trigger. That is all I'm saying. I don't know who pulled the trigger.
To me personally, I just doubt it was Megan's friend, and I doubt it was Tory's bodyguard. So all that's left is just Tory.
I hear it.
So
I hear it.
Unless if some crazy ass story comes out in the future and they try to spin some shit of Megan fucking shot herself, I don't know who else am I to believe let off the shot. You feel me?
I'm over it.
And I'm just saying this issue is just bigger than Megan and Tory. We're focusing on Megan and Tory right now.
Oh my God.
It's just the issue is bigger in general. It's just because when instances like these happen and we see this on like social media all the time, it just takes so much to convince people to just believe the victim. It takes somebody so much. Like, for example, right? It took Megan so much for people to believe her side. It didn't take much for niggas to believe Tory's side. And that's what I'm talking about. You feel me? Like, Megan had to do the whole IG live. She had to show her feet. She had to do all these medical records just for people to consider what she's actually saying.
Foul.
All Tory had to do was to release an album saying, no, I didn't do it. Niggas are framing me, and then talk shit about it. And now niggas are like, oh, yeah, fuck Megan. Like, that's all he had to do. And that's what we're talking about, fam. Like, she had to do up and beyond just for y'all to be like, oh, okay, wow, you really did get shot. All he had to do was say, no, you didn't do it. Okay, well, I guess he didn't do it. And I'm just like, why does it take so much for us to believe her, but it don't take that much for us to believe him? You feel me?
Women in general, bro.
And that's just my whole shit with that. That's it. I'm not saying.
I will say this for me personally. When it comes to any situation, I need to. Like, when it comes to two people in two different sides, I need to hear everything. Like, I'm never gonna form my opinion based off what one person said, and that's just how I see it.
I hear you.
That's just my opinion.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, we're gonna wait for everything to, pop out again, because we're just going back and forth. Like I said, we've been covering this for over a month now, and I'm seeing some hip hop sites are choosing not to cover Tory Lanez anymore. DSPs are standing strong with not promoting the tape. So we'll be here to provide y'all with the updates as time goes on. We'll see what happens. If Rich is correct with what he said, then we'll be back to talk about it. But like I said, my stance on it is still the same.
Correct. Hey, I didn't say anything. Definitely. I just said I don't know.
No, that's what he's saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. We'll see what happens when all the facts come out. The facts will never come out, because the facts don't need to come out, because this doesn't have to be public information, because there is no police report. So it's crazy that,
crazy.
It's just crazy that I have to convince y'all that I got shot, and y'all don't want to believe me, but y'all are choosing to believe the shooter. But it's cool. We don't know the facts, so it just is what it is.
I'm over it.
Sorry, Meg. That's what everybody else wants to say. For me, I'll say I will always be on the side of the victim, the person who actually got hurt. Because I'm just thinking like, yo, fam, what's going to damage your career if you, like, what do you get out of this saying that Tory was the one that did it? You feel me? This is how I'm thinking about it. Why would she say that the homie did it if he didn't have to do it? What real thing is she going to gain from that? And from that, I'm just like, yo, person almost died. Somebody went through a traumatic ass experience. In that sense, I'm not going to think you're just trying to lie to me. You feel me? I'm not. Especially in a world like today and like this whole movement, I'm not going to think you're lying to me. You feel me? And at the same time, I don't want to think that Tory was lying either, which is why I was waiting. And the only reason why I feel how I feel now is because when we waited and we've decided to, when we got shit, this is what we got. And I just don't like what I was given. So,
and the reason why I feel the way I feel is the exact same reason why kind of opposite, simply because I see too often where the court of public opinion crucifies someone way too early before we have all the facts, and then all the facts come out, and then it's like, oh shit, they didn't do what they're accused of.
Hit me. Example.
All right, for example, like rape. I don't want to bring that up, but that, for example, it happens, but it falsely happens. It falsely happens too. You know what I mean? And when that happens, most of the time, when a woman says he raped me, everyone believes her off rip. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's one example. So it's just like, all right, I want to see all the facts come out.
And to the people that normally got rape allegations, how do they normally respond?
Respond?
Yeah.
You just got to go through the proceeding. You got to go through it. What do you mean?
No, but if they spoke about it publicly, what's their typical response?
What do you mean their typical response?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like how they respond?
Yes. Like if
what do you mean? If it happened,
if somebody
then
made
allegations.
if somebody made allegations
Yes.
against me, right? And if somebody made allegations against me and I make a public appearance since said allegations happen, what do you expect my first response to be?
If you made allegations against me, and I don't know. I would expect you to feel some type of way.
Would you expect me to say if I did it or didn't do it?
Well, yes.
Would you expect me to make a 14-song album?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. But I don't know him. I don't know how he thinks. Everyone moves differently. Once again,
facts. And like I
don't
said,
place my expectations on other people.
I don't like how man moves. So that's how I'm able to form off my opinion. I don't like how man moves. You feel me? Been supporting for somebody for so long, and they show you some shit like that. It's just like I can't move with people who move like that.
Especially when they talk like they're about that game. You can't talk as if you're about that game. You're this big man and you're moving 5'7". The way you did.
I don't care what he says. He is not 5'7". That is all I will say on that. That is the only joke I will make during this entire thing. You're not 5'7". But yeah, go ahead, continue.
And I want to make this known. I really listen. Like, I like Tory. Okay, like I like his songs. Don't get it twisted. It is very heartbreaking that someone who is as talented as he is has put himself in this predicament and is choosing to move the way that he's moving. I want to make that known. It's not like, oh, I never listened to Tory. I don't like it. No,
all three of us big
genuinely loved Tory. So this right here is just like, bro, like, You moved crazy. First off, you already, again, I don't, like Darnell said, we don't know what happened. So I can't say that he fucked up. But the way that he's handling it and the way that he's moving, and somebody who's always preaching about how he is as a man and this and forth, you handled it terribly.
And I'm also holding myself accountable as well, because God forbid, this shit would never happen to me. But God forbid I'm in a certain circumstance like this. If the allegations are on me, I expect exactly how I'm treating Tory in this situation. I expect the same treatment to fall upon me as well.
I'm working triple hard to prove my innocence.
And if I choose to do what Tory did, then yes, I expect the world to crucify me as well, because I would have made an idiot decision, and I was just willing to sacrifice my entire career for that. You feel me? I was willing to sacrifice my entire career off of my own clout.
Now,
and that's just nah.
Do you think his entire career is in jeopardy because of this album? Is that what you're saying?
Because of the situation, not because of this album, because the whole world didn't even check the album. So just because of the situation.
I still think he's fine.
All right. And it's okay.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he is fine. People are going to move the way they move.
And it just says so much
if you're like
about
that,
what's going on.
You can block me.
And it's just the fact that shit like that can happen, and you can still move the same way that you've always been moving. Like I said, for 4 episodes now, just speaks highly about how we treat our black women. And and I don't know, I feel like, I repeated myself many times, this thing. I get it. We don't know the facts, so we're just waiting for the facts to come out. I just know when shit happens to certain people, we respond differently than when it happens to our own people. And once again, I'll say the same thing that I said 2 episodes ago. The entire world hasn't canceled them yet, because we will always be the ones to care about our own people before the rest of the world does as well. So so it'll just be us for now, and that's cool. If you don't want to cancel him, that's fine. You don't have to cancel him. He might not be canceled to you, but there is a very large community where, to that community, the man is canceled. But we'll wait to see how this plays out. Still sending prayers to Meg, because we already know she must be going through, I don't know what she must be going through, but it must be a lot to be going through all this right now, because who knows, she might have had a bunch of supporters who now, just because of this album, some of them might have turned their back on her, and that's just crazy. You feel me? I never want anybody to be in a situation where they feel like that. You feel me? So we'll just keep you updated as we get them. You feel me? We had to come back and give you that episode before we came back and give you the other ones in the future, just because we felt like this was a conversation that needed to happen, especially amongst us listeners and the community, because this shit happens way too often and people just like to turn a blind eye. But you come to this podcast because you come for the honest conversation. So just listen to everything that we said in it and form your own opinion, and just move how you want to move. And like Rich, I have no problem with how Rich feels. I have no problem. Rich did exactly what he should have done. He has his opinion. Yep. He listens to it. Yep. And I did not see him promote the album once. So to my side, he's good. He's good. You feel me?
You're just having an honest conversation.
An honest conversation about your opinion.
I know. I read the room.
So we're good. Yeah. A lot of people read the room and they decide to throw fire in it. That's what I have a problem with.
If you want me to be honest with you, like I listened to it twice. Once at the gym, and I think on the way home from the gym. Mm-hmm. Like I ran it back. Yeah. And then after that, I didn't listen to it. Like it's not an album you're going back to. Like, and I haven't really, if you want to be honest, like I haven't really listened to Tory unless it comes up on shuffle.
Yeah. That's
like,
why
he was never like, to me, he was never really that dude. Like I'm gonna go, oh, I need to listen to Tory. Like he was never that guy for me anyway. So
that's why I don't fault you for your opinion. But it's just the people that are just throwing fire into the room. You feel me? Those are the ones I have a problem with. All right, let's get facts. All right, let's get into our reality checks and our vibes of the week, and then we can move on. You feel me? Here.
Lovely.
So I'll go first. Damn, it's been a long week, and it's only Tuesday. I want to say my reality check is based off what's upcoming. It's about to be cold. It's about to be flu season. So I just want to say prioritize yourself and book a vacation. Get yourself a nice vacation. You know what I mean? COVID's got us trapped out here. Try to take a nice little trip with your significant other, with some friends. Take a little road trip. Get a little cabin in the woods. Do something. Try to get out and, just get out of the house and experience something different, because Lord knows we've been trapped doing the same things over and over and over again. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be good for the mental, good to stretch your legs, get out there, take a vacation, people. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. All right, let me get out of it. Okay. My reality check for this week is to my fellow students, I speak from just I don't know if it's just me, but this particular semester is way different than the past semester dealing with pandemic and COVID and all that. So I just want to send, some support, a hug, a high five, whatever you want to call it, to my fellow students, and just say that we got it, and just to push through and ask for help. Like, don't be afraid to ask for help, because the teachers will give it to you. Like, some of them are understanding. So definitely use every inch of help you can get, and just try and stay sane. And don't overstretch yourself for school. School will always be here. I'm going to tell that to myself. School will always be here. Okay? So don't break your back. Relax, take your time, and try your best. That's it.
And then for my reality check goes out to all the victims who have stayed quiet, and for most of their life, for whatever that they may have gone through. I know in situations like this, you may see how the public reacts to a certain situation, and you may reflect it or adapt it to your own personal situation. Let me just be the one to say that if you are going through anything at all, if you have an abuser, if you have any type of person that's giving you harm, please do not feel like you cannot reach out and ask for help and people won't believe you. Because, I promise you, there's a lot of people out there that care about you. There's a lot of people out there that love you. And there's a lot of people out there that will smack the shit out of anybody. That would cause you harm. You feel me? So I don't want this whole situation to play out and just all the victims out there just fall quietly because they think no one's going to believe them. Please do what's best for yourself. Reach out to your loved ones. Reach out to anybody that you feel comfortable sharing that information with. And please seek the help that you so rightfully deserve. That is my reality check. All right, so that's the end of the episode. You feel me? If you haven't noticed, we are going to be going back to weekly episodes pretty soon.
Starting in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, in 2 weeks. We'll come back and do weekly episodes.
Week after next, people.
I know y'all been wanting the content week after week. You've been sad as shit when it's an off week and y'all don't get a new episode. And that lets me know that the demand is back. So, yeah, we got y'all with the weekly episodes again. So, yeah, it's been your boy DME.
It's been your boy Cozy Rich.
And it's been your girl Imani.
And you've been listening to The Urban Product. We will catch y'all next time. Black Lives Matter. And please, let's protect our black women, please.